Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the Muslim Youth Podcast, the podcast in which we talk about the problems facing the youngsters of the 21st century. And today, in this episode, we will talk about the difficulty in practicing Islam. Today, we are joined with our honorable guest, Maulana Zainul Abidin, who is a student at Jami'atul Medina, Bradford, in his final year studying the Sihah Sitta, Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Sunan Abi Dawood, Jami' Tirmizi, Sunan Nasai, and Sunan Ibn Majah Sharif. And inshallah Azza wa Jal, he will tell us about the problem and he will also give us the solution to the difficult situations that the youngsters are facing in society today. And I'd like to welcome you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah, I'm okay.
Jazakallah for inviting me in your
No
podcast. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you even further.
Ameen. So, we live in the UK. The first question that I have is, what societal pressures are the youngsters feeling nowadays to practice Islam openly?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya wal Mursaleen. Amma ba'd, fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Getting straight onto the topic, the main reasons as to why people are shy to express their religion or dress according to Islam, or just to go out and go to the masajids. So all these things is because due to lack of knowledge.
I wouldn't say always lack of knowledge. I think it's a lack of ishq, lack of love. Because sometimes they have the knowledge, but they don't have the amal.
Yes.
What do you think regarding this?
Like I said, when a person doesn't have knowledge of the Prophet ﷺ, how is he going to have ishq? This is why I'm talking about. Is that person first needs to know about the Prophet Islam, the virtues, the things of the Prophet Islam, the things he has done for us. So all these things, when they know that the Prophet Islam has done these kind of things for us, the knowledge comes in first, and then the ishq comes. Like they say, is that when you fall in love is due to three things. Number one is that when you see that person. If you haven't looked at a person, how are you going to fall in love with him?
True.
Yeah. Number two is that you hear about him, that his attribute, his qualities. Like if you, I want to always use the same example, Cristiano Ronaldo. A lot of people, when they hear about his attributes, he scored this many goals, he has does so many skills, and also he plays in the World Cup, and I don't know his age and all this. Because of look at his age right now, and he's still playing good. Because of his attributes, people like him.
Yes.
So if you tell that attributes of the Prophet ﷺ to the youth, then that will make a big impact. If you tell the people, the Prophet ﷺ, when he was born, he said, Rabbi habli ummati.
Subhanallah.
He talked about his ummah. When he passed away, a companion came close to the grave of the Prophet Islam, and he heard that the Prophet Islam was still saying, Rabbi habli ummati. So he cared for you, he cried for you, he spent nights asking forgiveness for you. So look, someone who has love for you, someone who cried for you, he mentioned you in the barakah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, if you tell these things to the kids, they will fall in love of the Prophet Islam. And if you talk about now, same example, like Cristiano Ronaldo, he doesn't even know you. Now we do someone who doesn't even know us, he doesn't recognize us, he doesn't even know if we're existing or not. And on the day of judgment, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where the accountability will happen, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give people Jannat, and some people will go to Jahannam. And who's going to do shafaat for us? Who's going to do shafaat for us? Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. This is why I said knowledge comes first. If we don't know the knowledge, then ishq won't happen.
Now, there's a very famous hadith as well, that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's with his companions, radiallahu ta'ala anhum ajma'in, and he was talking about brothers. And the companions, they asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, are we not your brothers, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, My brothers are those people that love me, but they have never seen me.
100%.
Yes. And who is the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam talking about? He's talking about his ummah,
Yes.
us. Now Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is talking about his ummah all the way 1400 years ago with his companions. And us, unfortunately, we are the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but we don't know Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We don't show and express our love for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is unfair.
Yeah.
That Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's remembering us, but we're here stuck in the dunya and just falling in love with these worldly desires. We should know Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We should try and act upon the teachings of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and only then, when we love Allah Azza wa Jalla and His beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we'll get success here in this world, and we'll get success in the afterlife as well.
100%. You know, a person, if you know, a parents, it is their responsibility to tell the children about the Prophet Islam,
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number one, obviously, that you tell them about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Teach them about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Teach them about the Sunnah. Teach them about the companions. What have they done for us? The sacrifices that they have made for us. And then you talk about the further, you know, the awliya ikram, what have they done for us? How they helped us as well. And the ulama, how much of knowledge they have conveyed to us. Now, because of the ulama, because of the sahaba, tabi'in, tabi'in, carrying on, because of them, we have now the knowledge of Islam.
The true
deen,
knowledge.
Haqq, the true knowledge of Islam has reached us.
Yes.
Now, it's our job that whatever knowledge that has reached us, is our job to now teach our kids. To teach other people, not just kids, because the Prophet ﷺ has stated, "Taballighu anni walau ayah."
Yes.
That convey on behalf of myself, even if it's one ayah. So this is our duty, that we, alhamdulillah, as Muslims, is not only the ulama's job, is also that every single person, his job is that when they learn knowledge, it's their duty to pass that knowledge on.
Many people, they have a lot of knowledge.
Yes.
But they fear showing off. Like, they know the knowledge of Islam, they know regarding Allah Azza wa Jalla and His beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They've learned, they've studied in madrasa, and they've even studied further.
Yeah.
But still, they find it hard to practice. Why do you think this is? Is it because of social media? Is it because of cultural issues?
It's because of culture. You know, whatever the kids they grow up with. So if they've been grown up with watching people wearing jeans, and they've been wearing normal tracksuits and all this, so that's what they're going to wear.
Yeah.
So this is what they feel comfortable with. Now, if a kid goes to school and if he starts wearing jubba and imam sharif, because he's not known in that area, people tend to see that person in that area with that suit. So people will talk about him in that dress. So people will talk about him, oh, what you're wearing, and start taking the mick out. So people will then move away. They will say, no, you know what, I feel shy. So this is one of the reasons why, and this is our fault. Because if we are not going to wear Imam Sharif, if we're not going to make this normal, then it's going to stay like that. Our children, our coming children, they're gonna feel shy wearing Imam Sharif, wearing Jubba. Why? Because it's not known. Now it's like one person wearing it. So a lot of people just then look at that person, they look at him, oh, what is he doing? What has he wore? So it's like something new to them. So if it's something new to them, that's why people feel shy and then they move away, they leave it. Like it's stated in the hadith that there will come a time where holding on to deen is like holding to a coal, hot coal. And this is the time right now. The days of fitna, the time of fitna, this is the time where people are being indulged in so much fitna. You cannot even imagine. And just in your phones, there's so much fitna. You don't need to go talk about outside, nothing. Just this one device here is enough for all fitna. Is that true or not?
Oh,
and this is the topic we need to talk about as well, very important. How people can save themselves from this biggest fitna as well. A lot of people talk about the Dajjal. Oh, what should we do when the Dajjal comes and
the
this
end
and that?
of times and all of these other things.
Now there's fitna in every era. Every time there's a fitna, great fitna. And the Dajjal, when he comes, he'll be the greatest fitna. But what about right now? What's the greatest fitna right now? You have to work that out. You have to find the solution for that. Instead of finding the solution of the Dajjal, he's going to come afterwards. You understand that? So right now, your fitna might be your phone. How to protect your eyesight from this evil, these shahwat things you get, like girls and all these things, movies, pornography, all these things, how a person should protect themselves. That's the biggest fitna right now, to protect themselves from that. Well, our main focus is, the Dajjal, Maulana Sahib, the Dajjal's gonna come, what should we do?
It's true.
If you're not prepared to fight for this fitna, the fitnas right now in this era we have, then how are you going to fight the fitna of the Dajjal? Which the Prophet Islam even seeked refuge, and the companions, he commanded the companions as well to seek refuge from the time of the Dajjal.
It goes back to your point regarding knowledge. Once they have knowledge, say for example, knowledge of when the emergence of the Dajjal is going to come, then they'll prepare for it. Even here, once they have knowledge of what to do that is good and what to refrain from, then they will start to implement and use their mind and say, okay, I should be doing this and I should be staying away from this.
100%.
But what happens is societal pressure, I think. They're stopping people from practicing. They think that, it's not cool wearing a jubba, it's not cool wearing an imam sharif, because they don't know the benefit and the value of this.
They don't know the benefits and the value, the virtues of it.
Yes.
And also, they feel ashamed, embarrassed to wear these kind of things. This is the time which, now it's such a time that where Muslims are feeling embarrassed to wear the dress. Now, I was in Manchester the other day and I seen an area full of Jews. And they were wearing full of the whole dress, whatever the dress is, that's what they've been wearing. And I was thinking, look, we are feeling shy to wear our dress, which is the dress of kings. Now, what's Imam Sharif? Imam Sharif is the crown of the angels.
Subhanallah.
And if you're feeling shy to wear crown, now something which you should be shy of, being embarrassed of, we're not embarrassed of.
Understand the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The fashion, quote unquote, that we can call right now, this fashion is always changing. When I was young, they used to have these G-Star raw jeans. They used to be famous. Now they've got some other things. I don't know what the jeans are now that are famous. But we should always remember that fashion, it would always change. The only fashion and the only style that will never ever change, and mark my words, is the fashion and the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Imam Sharif, the blessed Thawb Mubarak of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This will remain forever.
It is stated in a hadith that the Prophet ﷺ has stated, whoever turns away from my sunnah, he is not from me. Now this is the biggest thing. If you do tark of sunnah, you're going away from the Prophet ﷺ. So you're not part of the Prophet ﷺ, because whoever your role model is, you will tend to follow him. So that means if you're not following the Prophet ﷺ, that shows that he's not your role model. Your role model is someone else. Now, every time I tend to go outside to speak to people about what's going on, but they always tend to speak about worldly stuff. And mostly whenever I see is football.
Football, that's what attracts the youngsters. Football. They see people, Ronaldo, he's got 100 million followers, and he's just started a new YouTube channel. He's got, I don't know how many subscribers now in such quick time, and they get so inspired by these things. But they should remember Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't have no Snapchat, no Instagram, no WhatsApp, no Facebook, but he's followed by how many people? More than 2 billion people right now. This is the power of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it shows the haqq and the true teachings of Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
No, you will follow that person who cares for you, who's gonna guide you towards the straight path, who's gonna take your hand and take you towards Jannah. Not someone who's gonna take your hand and take you to Jannah. You're gonna follow that person, who himself is not guaranteed that he's gonna go to Jannah. So make sure, ask yourself, now who am I following? Is he gonna benefit me or not? Does he know me or not? If it look at the concept of the Prophet ﷺ, he ﷺ knows us. He recognizes us. He loves us.